Today on Inquirer, Bureau of Corrections Gerald Bantag among 160 frequent Lapid Fire targets seen as persons of interest in Radioman slay. Senator Dela Rosa backs ex-PNP chief's appointment as DOH Undersecretary. Oil firms to implement rollback starting October 25. And COVID-19 positivity rates in 7 areas now at high level, according to Octa Research. Good evening. For our top story, recently suspended Bureau of Corrections Director General Gerald Bantag is one of the 160 personalities deemed as persons of interest in the fatal ambush of Percy Lapid Mabasa. INQUIRER.net's justice reporter Tech Torres Tupas fills us in with more details. Tech?
Neil, at least 160 personalities, including recently suspended Bureau of Corrections Director General Gerald Bantag, are considered person of interest in the killing of broadcaster Percival Mabasa or Percy Lapid. PNP Chief Rodolfo Azurin Jr. on Monday said the number is based on the frequent targets of Lapid in his radio program. The 160, he said, are different personalities comprising mostly of politicians, members of the military, and police. But he clarified that they are not yet suspects. As for Justice Secretary Jesus Crispin Remulla, Bantag is considered a person of interest with regards to the death of the first middleman, June Villamor or Crispito Villamor Palana. Villamor, an inmate from the New Bilibid prison, died last October 18, a few hours after a press conference was conducted in Camp Crame where Escorial was presented before the public. Bilibid is one of the 7 penitentiaries under BuCor's, of which Bantag was previously the head. INQUIRER.net tried to get the side of Bantag, but he has yet to respond to our messages. Neil?
Tech, I understand that the family of Percy Mabasa is also planning to file charges against Gerald Bantag. Can you talk about this plan?
Speaking on behalf of the family, attorney Berteni Kausing said they will file an administrative case against Bantag because he was negligent of his duties, which is why inmates can still use mobile phones and can still connect to people outside while incarcerated. Kausing said if only Bantag did his duty well, the first middleman could not have contacted Joel Escorial to kill Percy. On the other hand, with regards to the criminal aspect, he said they are still looking at the possibility of filing reckless imprudence resulting in murder.
Okay. So I was also reading some stories on this earlier, and one of the stories I read was that last week, Justice Secretary Remulla said it's possible for Joel Escorial, the self-confessed gunman in the Percy Mabasa case, to be placed under the Witness Protection Program. Any update on this?
Justice Secretary Remulla said it is still too early for that. He said there are prerequisites that should be considered, and for now, he said it's better to give the prosecution the leeway to study the case because the case is still undergoing preliminary investigation. Neil?
Okay. That's Tech Torres Tupas reporting live. Senator Ronald Bato de la Rosa backs the appointment of former Philippine National Police Chief Camilo Cascolan as Department of Health Undersecretary, saying a physician is not necessarily needed to manage an organization. To tell us more, Denisa Fernandez is reporting live. Denisa?
Senator Ronald Bato de la Rosa stressed today that former Philippine National Police or PNP Chief Camilo Cascolan was appointed as Health Undersecretary because of his managerial skills. De la Rosa was firm that a doctor or physician is not needed to manage an organization, even if it is the Department of Health or DOH. De la Rosa, also a former PNP chief, does not see any issue on the appointment, saying that Cascolan was designated to enhance DOH's processes and not to heal patients. The Alliance of Health Workers recently condemned Cascolan's appointment, noting that it is a huge insult to health experts. De la Rosa, however, said that Cascolan's appointment is the prerogative of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., Senator Christopher Bongo, chairperson of the Senate Committee on Health, likewise said that Cascolan is capable of the job. Congratulating Cascolan, Go also vouched for him, noting that he served as Undersecretary of the Office of the President under then-President Rodrigo Duterte. The Senate Minority Bloc, on the other hand, was surprised by Cascolan's appointment. Senate Minority Leader Aquilino Coco Pimentel III told reporters in a message, and we quote, "That's a big surprise to me," end quote. Senator Risa Ontiveros meanwhile said that the DOH should and must always be a public health-led agency. She did not expect the designation of Cascolan and said that she wants someone who has qualifications, expertise, and is active in the public health sector to be appointed. She further hoped that the DOH will find suitable roles for the newly appointed Undersecretary to further add value in addressing threats to public health security and safety in our communities. To date, Marquez has not yet named a DOH secretary amid the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic.
Denisa, this was really a hot topic over the week, and has Malacanang or maybe President Marcos himself said anything about the reason for Undersecretary Cascolan's appointment? Because, as you know, it's a valid question to ask, especially when we are still facing this pandemic. The expectation is that someone from the field of health will be the one appointed for such position.
Neil, the DOH confirmed Cascolan's appointment yesterday, but so far, President Marcos has not released any statement on his decision to appoint a former police chief as a health undersecretary.
So as we speak, we still do not have DOH secretary. When are we expecting an announcement on this?
Neil, aside from Cascolan, the DOH likewise confirmed the appointments of several other health officials, but this does not include any name for a health secretary. On your question when the president will appoint a health chief, he said that he will name the secretary once the COVID-19 situation normalizes.
Okay, thanks, Denisa. That's Denisa Fernandez reporting live. The 7-day COVID-19 positivity rate in 7 provinces across the country has increased to high levels, according to independent pandemic monitor Octa Research Group. Octa fellow Dr. Guido David in a tweet said the positivity rate as of October 22 hiked in Cagayan, Iloilo, Isabela, La Union, Misamis Oriental, Pangasinan, and Tarlac in comparison with its records last October 15. Meanwhile, David said the COVID-19 positivity rate in Metro Manila dropped from 14.9% to 12.3%. The positivity rates in Calabarzon provinces have similarly dipped. Local oil firms are set to implement minimal rollbacks in fuels prices starting tomorrow, October 25. Gasoline prices will decrease by 35 centavos per liter, while kerosene prices will be cut by 45 centavos per liter. Meanwhile, the prices of diesel will be slashed by 1 peso and 10 centavos per liter. This is the first rollback in prices after 2 consecutive weeks of price hikes. Alamin naman natin ang mainit na balita sa mundo ng showbiz kasama si Ervin Santiago ng Bandera. Ervin?
Hi Neil at sa lahat ng mga kabandera natin all over the universe, ito na nga ang latest Bandera Chika. Painit ng painit ang isyu ngayon sa pagitan ng dalawang content creator na sina Sinab Harake at Wilbert Tolentino at marami na ring personalidad ang nadadamay dito. Usap-usapan na ngayon sa iba't ibang social media platforms ang bagong vlog na in-upload ni Wilbert sa kanyang YouTube channel kung saan nga siya nagpasabog ng ilang revelasyon. Nagsimula ang lahat ng isyong ito sa cryptic message ni Sinab tungkol nga sa mga taong manggagamit daw at traidor. May mga kaibigan daw si Wilbert na nagpapadala sa kanya ng mga social media post ni Sinab at naniniwala sila na para raw ito sa talent manager. Si Sinab ang itinuturing na isa sa mga mentor ni Wilbert pagdating sa vlogging at tinatanaw daw niyang napakalaking utang na loob nito kay Sinab. Napatunayan daw ni Wilbert na siya ang tinutukoy ni Sinab sa mga cryptic post nito kahit wala itong binanggit na pangalan. Aniya ang sinabi ng dalaga na bading na akala mo inay-inay mo sa post nito ay sapat na para maramdaman niyang siya ang tinutukoy ng vlogger. Ayon pa sa post ni Sinab, wala raw dapat pagkatiwalaan sa mundong ito kahit pa ang kaibigan mong bait kapag nakaharap, subalit ginagago ka naman daw pag nakatalikod na. Inamin ni Wilbert na malaki ang utang na loob niya kay Zinab, ngunit aniya may natatanggap na bayad ang vlogger mula sa kanya. Thankful din siya dahil marami siyang nakilalang YouTubers na nakakolab na niya. Ngunit revelasyon ni Wilbert, may mga vloggers din na gusto sana niya makakolab pero hinaharang umano ni Zinab. Feeling din ng talent manager ay threatened si Zinab sa pagsikat ni na Herlin Budol at Madam Inuts sa mundo ng vlogging. Anya, hindi raw basta-basta nakikipag-collab sa ibang vlogger si Zinab kung wala namang mapapala rito. Samantala, nadamay na rin sa isyong ito ang ilang celebrities matapos ngang ilantad ni Wilbert ang screenshot na naging usapan nila ni Zinab nitong mga nakaraang linggo. Nabanggit ang mga pangalan dyan ni na Robby Domingo, Ivan Alawi, Herlin Budol at Madam Inuts. Bukas ang bandera sa magiging official statement ni Zinab tungkol sa isyong ito, pati na rin sa magiging reaksyon ni na Robby, Ivana, Madam Inuts at Herlin. At yan ang bandera chika natin for today. Thanks, Neil.
Salamat, Irvin. And these are the stories you need to know today. I'm Neil Mercado. Follow INQUIRER.net on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Reddit. For more stories, visit INQUIRER.net. Good evening.